Hello, I'm Gabriel Loli,
Daniel Guzman,
Fernando Larza.
and today we'll be talk about the inequality, wealth disparity of Mexico. For your information, Mexico is the country with the most wealth difference. It's been an all-time problem in Mexico since pre-Columbian times. Why? Because when the Spanish got to Mexico and they first discovered it, they would get all the money, and the whites dominated society ever since. The wealth disparity became a problem because the rich were so little but holding the majority of the money. And that was the way classes were created. The nobles and the mid-class would get almost all the money and the poor would get zero.
Exactly what is happening in Mexico today. There is a lot of poverty and very few rich. This is an example of the wealth disparity. More than half of the population of Mexico are poor and about 2% are rich. This represents the problem of wealth disparity.
In Bordering of Chaos, there is a lot of themes about the problems in Mexico, and unequal wealth disparity is one of them. The book talks about how places like Chiapas and Oaxaca and other states get no help from the government. To add on, there is a 75% poverty rate. Even the government excludes them from a lot of things and do not take in granted the problems they have. For this reason, the people decided to do a rebellion. This puts the government on a lot of tension, devaluation and capital fight since they were in danger of being overthrown, and people saw Mexico as an...
Not much has changed in Mexican society since Border of Chaos was published. On the present day, there is a lot of poor people and there is little rich. As Oppenheimer said in Border of Chaos about the poor, they are the basement of Mexico. Nobody knows they exist, so nobody helps them. 44.2% of Mexico is poor, and it is because the rich have all the money, and many articles claim that Mexico is owned by the 1% of the population. In Mexico, the rich 1% owns half of the country wealth. This is an example of extreme wealth distribution inequality.
Basically, the problem is that capitalism makes the rich richer and the poor poorer.
But Mexico is a capitalist country. If we turn it communist, it will be chaos. The rich who hold most of the Mexican stocks would go wild and sell their stocks. This would happen, then it would trigger a peso devaluation, and the 1994 devaluation would happen all over again.
So in order to solve this problem, Mexico should increase the minimum wages in order to start little by little, with the poor earning more money.
Implement a tax system that from someone's income or from a couple, especially in Mexico, like the EITC system in the USA. If you have a certain income lower than X, you have refundable tax credit.
A more fair government, and they should listen to everyone's problem instead of ignoring them, because by ignoring what people are saying just makes the problem worse.
Also, they should invest in education. Mexico should invest in education because most of the poor people are not well educated, and that leads to them not knowing their place in the world. So they don't get to know the real world and will live inside a box. So Mexico should invest in education in order to educate the low-income people, and therefore they can get a moderate job in the future. The last step to end this problem would be to end residential segregation. Residential segregation is basically the separation of the poor and the rich. For example, in Mexico, most of the poor people live in Chiapas and Oaxaca and states like that, while most of the rich live in San Pedro and Mexico City. This way, the poor will get used to the lifestyle of someone with moderate income and so on, and they will see this as an example to follow their lifestyle and become better.